95.7% of women can't explain why they feel this way. But they do. They meet a man. He's confident, good-looking, even successful. Yet something feels off. She loses interest. Then she meets another man. Maybe he's not the best-looking guy in the room. Maybe he doesn't have the flashiest car. But there's something about him that pulls her in. She can't stop thinking about him. She wants him. What's the difference? One brutal truth. A truth so powerful that once you understand it, women will feel an almost primal attraction toward you. And here's the shocking part. It has nothing to do with looks, money, or game. Most men will never figure this out. They'll keep trying, keep failing, keep wondering why women never truly desire them. But the few men who unlock this secret, they never chase again. What is it? Stay with me because this will change everything. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any video. Let's begin. 1. Women are attracted to presence, not performance. Most men are desperate performers. They think attraction is something they need to earn, that they need to be funnier, richer, more charming, or more impressive for women to like them. They treat attraction like a checklist. If they say the right things, do the right things, and play their cards correctly, she'll choose them. But here's the brutal truth. The moment you start performing for a woman, you've already lost her. Because women are not attracted to effort. They are attracted to presence. You ever notice how some men can walk into a room and command attention without saying a single word? How women naturally gravitate toward them, while other guys desperately try to win their approval? It's not a coincidence. Most men have no presence. They are anxious, distracted, trying too hard to impress. Their energy is unstable. Women feel it. A man with presence? He is calm, unshaken, and completely in control of himself. His attention is undivided. He doesn't talk too fast, doesn't fidget, doesn't rush to prove himself. He simply is. Women don't just notice this type of man, they feel him. So how do you develop this magnetic presence? Slow down. Men who lack presence rush everything. How they speak, how they move, how they react. A man with presence takes his time. Control your space. Stop shifting, fidgeting, or looking around nervously. Own your environment. When you speak, mean it. Don't just talk to fill silence. Say what you mean and then stop talking. A man who is fully present in his own body, his own mind, and his own energy will always be more attractive than the man trying to impress. 2. Emotional control is magnetic. Let me ask you something. How do you react when a woman pulls away? Do you panic? Do you start texting her more? Do you try harder to reignite her interest? Weak men do. Strong men don't. Because here's what most guys don't realize. Women constantly test men. Not always consciously. Sometimes it's instinctive. She takes longer to respond. She acts distant. She starts giving short replies. Most men fail this test immediately. They let their emotions control them. They start overthinking. They react out of insecurity. And the moment a woman senses that her actions have power over you, she loses respect. A Stoic man is different. A Stoic man is unshaken. He doesn't react emotionally because his self-worth doesn't depend on external events. If she pulls away, he lets her. If she tests him, he smirks. He knows his value isn't tied to a single person's validation. This is why emotional control is irresistible. A woman needs to feel safe with a man. She needs to feel like no matter what happens, this man is solid. If he crumbles at the first sign of uncertainty, she knows he won't be able to handle her at her most emotional. How do you master emotional control? Pause before reacting. Every time you feel the urge to react emotionally, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? See tests for what they are. A woman testing you isn't an attack, it's an invitation to show your strength. Detach from the outcome. When you stop needing a woman to respond a certain way, you become naturally attractive. Emotional control isn't just about acting calm, it's about being so internally strong that you don't even need to act. And when a woman sees that nothing shakes you, she'll want to be part of your world. 3. Indifference triggers attraction. Here's something that will shock you. The moment a woman knows she has you, she loses interest. Not because she's evil, not because she likes playing games, but because certainty kills attraction. Think about it. Why do people chase what they can't have? Why do we desire things that seem just out of reach? Because the human brain is wired for scarcity. We don't value what's easily available. This is why neediness is the fastest way to kill attraction. The moment a woman senses that you need her, she instinctively pulls away. Not because she wants to, but because she can't help it. Her biology is wired to seek strength, challenge, and unpredictability. A Stoic man? He is indifferent to validation. He is not cold, but he is also not attached. If she leaves, she leaves. If she stays, she stays. He does not chase. How do you develop this unshakable indifference? Stop seeking reassurance. If a woman senses you're looking for a sign that she likes you, she will lose attraction. Focus on your mission. A man who is obsessed with his goals, his growth, and his purpose naturally becomes more attractive. Always be ready to walk away. This is the ultimate power. The moment you can truly leave without hesitation, women will feel it and they will chase. Men who don't need women are always pursued by them. 4. The power of unpredictability. Men who are too predictable are boring. If she knows you're going to text her at the same time every day, if she knows you'll always say yes to her plans, if she knows exactly how you'll react in every situation, she stops feeling excited. Women crave mystery. They want a man who keeps them guessing, who surprises them, who makes them think about him even when he's not around. This doesn't mean playing games, it means being a man who is so self-sufficient and dynamic that he is never fully predictable. How do you create this unpredictability? Don't always be available. Sometimes reply immediately. Sometimes take your time. Let her wonder. Change the rhythm. If she's used to a certain dynamic, switch it up. Create excitement. Have a life outside of her. A man who is deeply engaged in his own growth is naturally unpredictable because he is always evolving. Women stay hooked on men they can't fully figure out. 5. Confidence is an illusion. What really matters? Most men think they need to fake confidence, but confidence is just the symptom. What women actually respond to is certainty. A man who is truly certain in himself doesn't need to pretend. He speaks with conviction. He moves with purpose. He doesn't second-guess himself. The Stoics didn't focus on appearing confident. They focused on mastering themselves. And when you master yourself, confidence follows automatically. How do you develop real certainty? Stop over-explaining. Say what you mean and leave it at that. Make decisions quickly. Indecision is unattractive. Even if you make the wrong choice, own it. Respect yourself first. If you wouldn't tolerate weak behavior in others, don't tolerate it in yourself. When a man believes in himself so deeply that he never needs approval, he becomes unstoppable. 6. Women obsess over men who control their attention. Attention is the most valuable currency in attraction. But here's the harsh truth, most men give it away for free. They stare too long. They text too much. They double text. They check their phones every 5 minutes to see if she replied. They make her the center of their world instead of themselves. And what happens when something is given too easily? It loses value. If a woman knows she can have your attention whenever she wants, she won't value it. But if she senses that your attention is earned, not given, she will start to crave it. This is why attention control is one of the most powerful tools of attraction. A man who chooses where his attention goes is a man who instantly separates himself from 99% of guys. How do you master attention control? Stop responding instantly. If you always text back within seconds, she knows she has your full focus. Let time work in your favor. Let her invest. If she hasn't texted you first, wait. If she's not putting in effort, match that energy. Attraction is about balance. Prioritize your life over her. When she sees that you're genuinely more invested in your purpose than in her, she will fight for your attention. The moment a woman realizes your attention is limited, she will do anything to secure it. 7. Mastering silence makes you irresistible. Most men talk too much. They over-explain. They rush to fill silences. They try too hard to be entertaining. And in doing so, they destroy the most powerful tool they have: mystery. A Stoic man understands that silence is not awkward. It's a weapon. A man who can sit in silence, who can hold a pause, who doesn't feel the need to rush his words. This is a man who radiates control. And women feel it. Why is silence so powerful? It builds anticipation. When you pause before speaking, people lean in. They wait for your words. It signals self-confidence. A nervous man talks to fill space. A strong man lets the silence speak for him. It makes women chase. If you're always talking, you're giving everything away. But if you hold back, she starts wondering what you're thinking, and that's where attraction builds. How do you use silence effectively? Before responding, pause. Even a 1-second delay makes you seem more deliberate and in control. If she asks a question, don't rush to answer. Take your time. Let her feel the suspense. When she talks, listen fully. Most men wait for their turn to speak. A powerful man listens, and that's what makes him unforgettable. A man who masters silence doesn't just attract women, he fascinates them. The law of scarcity. Why less is more. Think about the rarest things in the world. Gold, diamonds, elite sports cars. What do they all have in common? They're scarce. And what's scarce is always valuable. Now think about most men. They're too available. They text too much, they say yes too often. They make themselves too easy to get. And when something is too easy to get, it's taken for granted. This is why you must become a scarce resource. You don't need to disappear or ignore women completely, that's just childish. Instead, you need to become a man who isn't easily accessible. How do you do this? Have a life that keeps you busy. If your schedule is always open, you're not a scarce resource. Make your goals, business, and personal growth your priority. Don't always say yes. If a woman asks to meet, sometimes you're available, sometimes you're not. Let her wonder. Invest only in those who invest in you. If she's not showing effort, you don't chase. She has to meet you halfway. Women respect and desire men who are hard to get, but worth the effort. 9. Men who walk away hold the ultimate power. Most men fear losing a woman, and because of that fear, they compromise their standards. They tolerate disrespect. They chase even when a woman has clearly lost interest. But a man who can walk away, he holds all the power, because the moment a woman realizes you are willing to leave, if your standards aren't met, she will see you differently. She will respect you. And respect is the foundation of deep, lasting attraction. This doesn't mean threatening to leave just to manipulate her. It means having such strong self-respect that you will never stay in a situation where you are not valued. How do you develop this power? Never attach your self-worth to a woman's approval. You are complete with or without her. Don't be afraid of loss. The moment you let go of fear, you become untouchable. Live by your standards. If she crosses a boundary, you call it out. If she continues, you leave without hesitation. A man who walks away when necessary never has to chase again. 10. The secret to ultimate attraction. Be a man on a mission. At the end of the day, there is one thing that makes a man truly irresistible. It's not looks. It's not money. It's not perfect game. It's purpose. A man who is obsessed with his mission in life is naturally magnetic. He is so focused, so driven, so consumed by his vision that everything else, including women, becomes secondary. And that is the ultimate attraction trigger. Why? Because a man with a purpose is a man who can't be controlled. He doesn't need validation. He doesn't care what people think. He moves through life with an unstoppable force. Women don't want to be your purpose. They want to be part of a man's purpose. How do you develop this? Find something you're obsessed with. A craft, a business, a skill, something that consumes you. Work like your life depends on it. Because it does. Weak men are distracted. Strong men are focused. Make your mission the priority. Women are a complement to your life, not the purpose of it. A man who is truly committed to his path never has to seek attention, because attention follows him. Final words. The man who owns himself owns everything. Attraction isn't about tricks, techniques, or manipulation. It's about who you are at your core, a man who is calm, focused, emotionally unshaken, and fully in control of himself. Will always be irresistible, because he is a rare breed. Most men chase. Most men seek approval. Most men have no control over their emotions. But you're different. You understand the truth. You understand that attraction is a byproduct of strength, self-respect, and a relentless pursuit of your mission. And when you embody that, you will never chase again. Now, if you found this valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This channel is about building powerful men. And if you're ready to become one, stay with me.